it's not too much different from what we saw in game number 1. Clockwork first pick by effect, TB for Vega Squadron, and a bunch of roaming heroes and annoying nuisances are banned. Trent, anything special?
Yes.
Is there anything special here?
Anything special?
Or is this just normal CIS drafting?
I'm seeing pretty normal, right? Nothing too crazy, right? This looks familiar. I guess maybe the only unusual thing would be the idea of well, we just lost with it, but we're gonna try it again. If you open with this Clockwork, you would think they're probably just gonna Shadow Fiend again. I mean, it is kind of a classic Scandal hero. And then the other big thing was that Darkseer was left in, but they went with the Clockwork instead of him being banned first phase like our last game, and now we have this Abaddon guy popping out. So.
Yeah, Abaddon TB. I mean, that just amplifies your pushing power even further, right? With Curse of Avernus. I'm liking, you know, if you pick it so early, you're kind of banking on it being off lane, but you have the potential to use it as a 4 role. You know, he's kind of one of those heroes, right? He fits into 2 different roles, but you'd much prefer him like 80-90% of the time to be the off laner than kind of transition him to the 4 role. It can be a little bit awkward.
He also he does lack control, which is something that Terrorblade also lacks. So you have to go pretty heavy on it with your 4 and your 2 position, assumedly for Vega Squadron now.
Yeah, especially when Ursa's picked up a hero that can get kited easily, but of course you need the tools, stuns and disables to do that. Vega,
good hero against Terrorblade too. Just like if you're enraged and he tries like to sunder you, then yes, you're low HP, but you can just chomp right through his HP once again too. We've seen that happen numerous times to great comedic effect recently in Ursa versus Terrorblade matchups.
They even banned the SF. They don't want to be dealing with the cheeky cog trick in this game.
Remaining.
But
that does open up your TA, and the Lina also still in.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this and wondering, like, does Effect start banning out, like, Crystal Maiden and things like that?
Time.
Like, CM's...
Yeah, those enabling sustain 5s.
Yeah. Because when you've got your 1, like, you've got self-sustaining 1 and 3 roll here. Maybe it's just better to ban out roamers.
Seems maybe they're not going to have too much help mid again, as they didn't really last game either. So this opens up the option of them having the Clockwork as position 4, I would guess, by making it so the other team doesn't have a strong roamer mid. So leaves that there, as we did see that Magnus ban, of course. So that could come out this phase for effect, maybe.
Speak Russian, please. Commentator, in Russian, please.
Reserve time.
I cannot understand almost anything.
Oh, damn.
There is a Russian stream.
He's going to have a problem.
I'm not sure where the Russian stream is. I'm pretty sure it's Ruhub that's doing it, though.
Yes, I saw the guy in the lobby.
But I don't know what the stream link is. But they are definitely streaming in Russian. So, Привет, bratан. I don't know why you're here. There is a Russian stream available to you.
When's Join Dota RU come out, man?
We kind of did. We had a Join Dota RU for a little bit.
Oh, I do remember that, actually.
When we were doing MLG. MLG had a Dota thing, and we had a bunch of different channels. One of them was...
Yeah, you hired a couple guys.
Oh, damn. His name was Pingy.
Pingy,
yes. Yeah.
He lasted like 2 months or something.
Yeah. Then he disappeared. He quit Dota and he started playing like Diablo and stuff.
Classic.
Yeah, the normal drugs. TA banned by Vega. I'm kind of sad. I would have loved to see a Scandal TA, but you know, you're kind of understanding the big threat from Effect here is their mid laner, so banning up against him is no big issue. There's the 5 though. There's the 5 that was banned. I was maybe expecting CM and Dazzle, but Dazzle Tusk is perfectly good as well.
Yeah, I think Dazzle's definitely the stronger of the 2 between Dazzle and CM, so I'd also remove that one just because of Ursa, you know, he wants to burst you down, and Grave just delays you so much that you start like getting kited by this Grave, and you've lost all your effectiveness, and you're just this depressed bear, no honey in sight. So CM's still a very real option, but it'll be the G-Lina. Yes.
Oh yeah, even more attack speed. Look at this: Curse of the Avernus, Fiery Soul. You got TB damage. So many things.
And then you can still Crystal Maiden if it's not picked up here by effect too, and then you have that aura. Oh.
That would be some good stuff.
With an Abaddon too, also a hero that loves to have CM aura, so you can just like stay in the lane with a Photic Shield.
That's why I wanted Effect to ban CM, but maybe they just pick it up themselves. You know, Clockwork CM is a very good combo, but they go Disruptor instead.
Okay.
Good high ground defense. He's very good with Ursa as well, right? You know, Ursa who gets kited if he's controlled up, you can always drag one target back into the arms of the teddy bear to actually rip apart. And Lina TB, not heroes that want to buy Lincolns or BKB necessarily. They kind of want to buy, you know, stats and just more stats for TB. Lina wants to buy into magical damage amplification items or mobility items like Shadow Blade, Force Staff, Yule Scepter, and Vega back in with the Kunkka, displacement hero of their own, and look good in game number 1.
Yes, definitely. And that's all that control, too, that they're lacking with the bad in TV, so you need to make up with it in your 4 roll, and this is how they're going to do it. Kunkka offers so much of that, especially if you can torrent one target and X the other. If you're able to just combo up with someone else, but this puts a pretty big threat into the mid lane once Kunkka's a few levels. You can torrent into LSA, or just X into LSA. Different couple options there for them, and again, all that's missing will be supposedly their 5, unless they go for a little switcheroony with the Lina, but more than likely it should just be that CM hero who will more than likely get banned too, and they might get forced into like a Witch Doctor or something.
Witch
or a
Doctor.
Rubik would also be pretty good against Clock.
Not Witch Doctor, dude. Please. Death Prophet. Wow.
Hey man, that makes Witch Doctor better.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure how DP does in lane against Lina. I'm not sure how.
Pretty similar heroes in a lot of ways.
Yeah, like they just like right-clicking, you know. In lane in 1v1s, Lina and DP both pretty much just right-click, then cast a couple of spells and try and
Dragon Slave, Crypt Swarm. Of course, DP will just have to be very cautious if she goes for any sort of like a force play with the Spirit Siphon. Make sure she doesn't get LSA'd, and it'll also be pretty hard for her to pressure because assumedly Kunkka's going to be lurking nearby, so you don't want to overcommit and then just die.
Yeah, the Kunkka's a scary one, right?
Yeah.
Effect haven't shown who their 4 is though, so equally we could be seeing, you know, an Earth Spirit or a Slardar or something along those lines. Actually, Slardar would probably be very good here with amp damage, corrosive haze, good minus armor, but kind of vision as well.
Yeah. What are their main problems? Slardar does sound pretty good. Gives them some initiation too. You don't really want to have to be like the soul initiator as Clockwork.
10 seconds remaining.
Can like line up better hook shots and stuff. But they'll go with the Darkseer. That's also very strong for a Clockwork. It helps him out in that position 4 role so that he can actually use that Iron Shell and be like a crazy bully. I mean, we all know Clockwork is like this insane offlaner who can just 1v1 any support. And you have to be very cautious when you play support against this guy or else you just lose the lane for your carry when he solo kills you. But even support Clockwork, once he gets level 2, if he's an Iron Shell on top of him, like, you're just dead. You will die.
Yeah, with
he battery assaults you once.
With boots first as well, you're like mega dead.
Or a Surge.
I like that they ban out the Crystal Maiden and now Vega Squadron kind of wondering what do we do here. We've got no natural Force Staff carriers. I guess TB can go Hurricane Pike, but against a Clockwork you'd love to have maybe a support or your offlaner go for Force Staff or Hurricane Pike to get out of those cogs. But Effect also have tons of high ground defense, right? You know, TB and Lina will come knocking on your doors very early on, 20-25 minutes. They'll be looking to try and, you know, chip away at tier 3s even sometimes. But with Vac Wall and Static Storm, so many ways for Effect to kind of stop that from happening.
I just still like the what's the hero? Rubik. But is it as worth it against support Clock?
I feel like they have to go for something like Mega Selfless. Rubik is one of those heroes that I often find myself picking up in the 5 and then realize that he's not.
Are you suggesting I could get my Witch Doctor?
What about Kotl?
I mean, he's really good against dual offlanes.
Kotl kind of gets shredded by Ursa DP. This is kind of awkward.
Witch Doctor.
Boom. You said he was a dead hero.
I didn't say he was dead. I just made the noise.
Don't you my Witch Doctor? I mean, that was a pre-death prophet, which then now it's pretty good. I like it. Yeah, the Maledict is pretty good against DP. Is someone who just like wants to absorb all this damage and then hold out in the trees for a little bit before she comes back. And Maledict just says no to that. It can just kind of kill you off if you're not careful, so she'll just have to watch out for her like purges and stuff like that. But shouldn't be the biggest of issues. Is just this he's so good against people that want to dive your towers.
Yeah.
They come under, they get cast, and the lane's just over.
Like Voodoo
Voodoo
Restoration is very good against, you know, hook, cogs, and exorcism as well. Even
very good with the run buff.
Yeah, even with Iron Shell. Oh yeah, with the run buff as well. That's pretty huge. So they've got 2 sustain heroes between Abad and Witch Doctor. They've got Pushing with Lina and TB, Catch with Kunkka. They don't have any great ways to, you know, jump start a team fight. You know, they don't have any kind of prime initiators. It is pretty much just a Kunkka or Abaddon walking into the battle. So that might be a struggle they have. But I guess if you get off to a good start from your laning stage and you are just like rolling into tier 1s and tier 2s, you'll bring the fight to you. Like, you'll force the fight on your terms. But it may become more of a problem as the game progresses.
Well, it should be an interesting game. I think if you're watching effect side, I think Shasho is going to be the one to keep an eye on, him on the Darkseer, and then just like how he syncs up with Yol and like how well Yol can do. Are they just going to start jungle Shasho? He started 3 clarities. So it looks like they're going to get a little greedy here, I think.
Where's Clockwork? Yol is Brown Boots and Observer warding down the bot lane. Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they just have the Clockwork off lane, then Darkseer come at level 3?
Yeah, I would guess like at level 2 or 2.5 or 3, he just makes that rotation down bottom. Like, because Clockwork will be fine at level 1, especially with just boots. He can just cog the wave, hold it, get some good experience, and then the 2 of them together will do well.
What's the Observer ward status like already? No one's dewarded any. Radiant Vision over the mid lane, very deep actually, with that Observer ward. And one Dire Obs up towards the off lane, scouting out a couple of people if they move into the tree line. Where's the other Radiant Observer ward though? Still being held by Shoma. Since Kunkka does have another Obs and actually opts to try and sentry deward this high ground here, but they won't find it. I think they want to contest this bounty rune though. Shoma's running in from the south and it's the northwest attack, the real you and Silent. Again, they don't have any real good ways to start a fight and catch someone. But just through brute force, they'll stand up here and take another bounty rune for themselves. So 3 go the way of Vega. The only one for Scandal there on Team Effect.
Well, lanes. Looks like, what are we doing here? Okay, so we are going to do a full little rotation here. So we're going to get a matchup of Shoshlo into Silent. The solo offlane Witch Dog? No, he's on his way. Afterlife's just walking on up.
Where's TB going? The real U's running down towards bot lane. So right now, Sadoy and Roger have the 2v0 lane. No one's there just yet. Lena's still in this 1v1. G against Scandal. The DP over on the Dire side.
And plus TB's going to see this and be like,
I don't want to be here.
Ha.
Well.
Oh, hello.
Well, ha. 2 heroes in my lane, ha. That is very not good for him. He even pops Metamorphosis now to try and get some CS. Top lane, though, it's a 2v1 here. Shachlo 1v1ing Silent for now, but they do have Afterlife's Abaddon just behind. This has been an awkward kind of musical chairs where people are moving from one lane to another. I really feel that TB is going to get the rough end of this stick, though.
Yeah, and look what Yol's doing, though. He's just finding this Kunkka, and he's like, all right, well, I'm just going to follow you everywhere you go. Because we're just going to trade evenly, and I'm going to make sure you don't mess with my mid hero. Because, frankly, you can do way more to mid than I can. So I'm just going to punch you and shadow your movements.
Well, now they're TP Silent down here, so it is a 3v3 at this point. The real you, his Metamorphosis just about wears off now. They're looking for Yol, but the torrent won't land. Shoma didn't wait for his Silent Watch Doctor to come in with the cast. So
Yol's doing a great job here. Great dancing around, not getting too greedy with the battery assault despite being right next to an enemy hero with it. It's very tempting to just try and go all out on him, but just toying with them.
Yeah, baiting out spells, baiting out rotations, and now looking to steal the bounty rune. Yol, 1 second until go, but there's the torrent. He still gets it. Somehow the Clockwork lands that, but he might lose his life in exchange for the juicy bounty rune. The battery assault to turn things back around. Sadoy has killed the TB bot lane. So while the 2 supports are hunting Yol, the 4-roll hero from the Dire, they've killed off the 1 roll of the opposing team, and Yol still isn't gonna die. He has brown boots and he is running away from you. Yol!
Oh, gee, he's got no mana.
He
Wait,
can't.
2, 3,
he can't reach.
4, 5, he's got the mana.
It's way too far away.
Oh my god, that was close.
Like, LSA is way too far away, then the damage from Dragon Slave's not gonna be enough. Yol survives.
It's like 10 HP.
It wasn't enough. Trent, it wasn't enough. Mott packs. It just feels nicer to say Mott packs, you know? I miss him.
It's too bad, there's too many Motts. Get over it. Live your life. Yeah. But mid lane, again, because of this whole thing, like, the movements around, it is still going pretty well for DP, which, well, that makes sense, right? Early on, the right clicks are pretty even, but the Crypt Swarm, looks like she's just winning out on that.
I would have thought Lina would do better than this, like 14-7 to the 9-3.
It's probably the last hit animation. It's just so garbage on Lina early on.
But it's bad on DP as well.
It's not as bad though. I mean,
what's DP's attack range as well anyway? Like
it's lower, but she attacks faster.
600 versus 670.
670. The boss.
Just Spirit Siphon is really overpowered. Bot lane, there's a fight going on though. They found a TB into the kinetic field. Metamorphosis is popped. This Vida Restoration is keeping the real you alive, but Clockwork follows through with the battery assault and finishes him off. Dead to right. Silence chased as well as Roger and Yol go through this Radiant jungle, but they have secured more farm for Chachlo.
And what's this thing over here? Oh, it's a shrine. Oh, you guys want to use this? Dude, shrines are like the biggest buff to aggro lanes ever. They are so good, and that's one of my favorite things about shrines, is that it makes aggro tri lanes and aggro dual lanes way more feasible and more likely to happen, and that's more exciting. Because tri lane Dota, you know, it puts a lot of focus onto the mid lane, which means we get these slowed down mid cores, and our whole mid game can be a little lackluster, but these little aggro duels and aggro tries pull the attention to the side lanes, and we actually get 1v1s in mid now these days. At least sometimes.
Actual 1v1s. DP against Lina. Woo!
Think about the last year, though. We actually didn't have 1v1s. There was like one game out of 20 you get a 1v1, and every other game there's an Earth Spirit or a Kunkka mid.
Well, no, it's even longer than that. Like the last...
Or a Skywrath.
Skywrath, exactly. Or Naga Siren.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to send Naga Sirens mid? As supports,
so
not as the farmer.
Poor man's shield, you just run at them. What do you do against this hero? Ogre, of course, the other big one.
Yeah. Dual lane mids. Feels...
And it's funny to think that 1v1 mid was just, I mean, obviously it was the staple forever. Like, I can remember, I haven't even been watching Dota for that long. It's only been like 4 years or something. Or somewhere around there. And it's just like, every game was just 1v1 mid. And you get to watch this Puck versus Queen of Pain, or Shadow Fiend versus Queen of Pain, and Shadow Fiend versus Puck. And it was like, yeah, 1v1. Get wrecked, nerd.
Yeah, we didn't really have like the roaming, a roaming support. The role never existed. That floating 4 role, you know, that we see.
Yeah, you were just a jungler.
You were just a jungler, or you were a roaming duo. Like you'd see the Shadow Demon Lina, Shadow Demon Leshrac. You know, you had specific like this is one of the biggest problems, and like honestly, this argument could go on for several days about nomenclature and wording and phrasing and how we describe actions and units and everything that's in the game. Because we used to have very simple things. There was a carry, there was a support, and there was an off lane, and there was a mid. And a jungler. But now there's like floating 4-role supports, there's scouting supports where Ricky and Bounty play aggressively in enemy jungle, there's killing roaming supports where you actually roam into mid lane and look for kills, or your enemy off lane. There are so many like variations, and people have found new ways to play that trying to name everything has become an absolute disaster.
I think it's pretty good. We got it on lock now.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying that we've not done a good job. I'm just saying that it's not.
Wow, we're so wonderful.
It's not the best. You know what still triggers me?
Oh, everything.
Everything. Yeah, okay, that is actually a correct answer. Everything triggers me. But short lane and long lane, the fact people still use that.
Oh.
Like, please.
I never even hear that.
Really?
What does that come from? Is that a Haunt thing?
No, it's a Dota thing, and
oh.
There is this split where short lane and long lane mean different things depending on who you talk to. Because the way that a lot of people and how sort of pro players have learnt to call the long lane and short lane is where, like, the lane where your creeps go the furthest. So even though the lane physically for Radiant is shorter top than it is bot lane, they call the top lane the long lane because that's where the creeps...
What?
Yeah. So if you talk to like pro players,
whoa.
Listen. No, seriously. If you talk to Toby or Gods or pro players from that era of like Dota 1, like even Fogged calls this the long lane. So the top lane Radiant is the long lane because the creeps go furthest from your tier 1 tower and closer to the enemy tower. That's the long lane, and the short lane is bot lane. But I learned the opposite way around. I went for actual like length of lane, as in the safe lane for the Radiant is like mega long, like it goes all the way up there.
You go to the tower, or something like that. Yeah.
So, but then. It's one of those phrases that has had two meanings, two contradictory, I guess, contradictory meanings for such a long time that it just has to be defunct now. Like, you just have to stop using it because...
Well, you're probably doing more harm than good than even talking about it right now because no one talks about it. I know in your brain there's these people that talk about it, but no one does. So, like, really, you're the one who's bringing it back at the current moment.
I'm not! No, I've heard it in casts recently.
You're the cause of your own...
I'm not the cause. It's not me. There's even a Dota 2 wiki article about it.
Never you, is it?
And I didn't write it.
Never your own fault, huh? You just shift the blame onto others.
Right. Trent, that's your fault. Blame Skim. It's Skim's fault. Stupid
exactly.
Skim.
Ha! What the hell's going on, guys? No one's even said anything. Van just paused. Disconnected, reconnected.
See, all you have to do, you whine about it, and he comes back into the game.
Boom.
Straight away. Instant gratification. I went on a bit of a ramble.
No, not you.
Everything triggers me, Trent.
We should have thrown it to a break screen with some music.
No, I like watching Shoma the Slayer get hit with a kinetic field as he's a level 1 Kunker at 4 minutes and he's running for an arcane rune. This is like the exact opposite problem that Vega had in game number 1, right?
Oh, this dire courier has a squirrel on it.
Squirrel?
There's a squirrel flying on its back. Do you see this? It's adorable.
Oh, really? Where is this little thing? Oh, yeah.
And it has a butterfly. Oh.
Oh, is he dead, actually? Shoma's like dying. Yeah, y'all with a battery assault. The squirrel
gets assist gold.
No, it doesn't.
That's the new strategy.
Bring your courier.
Get assist gold.
Bring your courier to the team fight, and it spreads gold between you. Oh yes.
Gold for my chest.
All right. Well, now 3-0 there for effect. So starting to look a little bit better than game number 1. They got the top 3 net worth slots as well, going in order from carry, mid, and off lane as it should be. So looks good. Abaddon, on the other hand, though, he looks all right. You know, for an off lane Abaddon, not too shabby.
They found
Didn't get the CM aura that he wanted, but
they found Yol finally. The clockwork does die, and G gets the kill. Nice little bonus for them. The good 2-man rotation in from the supports of Vega.
he was pretty rich too.
Yeah, Yol has been doing an
1170.
exceptional job. Like he's already got tranquil boots. All is good for him.
This TV's so sad, man. This is what happens when you're a first phase TV. Like, you get this Darkseer against you, which is awful because all this magic damage. And then the other core is an Ursa. No matter who comes down here, you're not really happy. Clockwork level 3 as well. Level 3 Ion Shell. Oh, they could just, like... This is very scary for Silent. I think they definitely saw him, though. And they would have just noticed the Ion Shell just being cast now, so... 3 more seconds till another one can come out here. Run, Silent!
Oh, you're in trouble. Okay, he gets the cask down, and they've got Kunka here as well with an X-Torrent. It bounces back, trapped in the cogs, and then sent back to the Torrent as the TB. Good position to wail into Yol, but this Ion Shell from Shachlo is doing a hell of a lot of damage. He doesn't have a surge for 2 seconds time, but the damage output from the real Yu will finally finish him off.
Well, it's off lane. Looks like there was a glimpse kinetic. And that is a dead Abaddon going to Roger, actually. Sidoi not quite able to get the kill, so pretty even trade across the board overall. Good thing 3 heroes showed up bottom. And a very fortunate cask bounce coming out there for Silent. That did not hit another creep. I actually can't believe that.
Just a little bit.
The odds were so low. There were like 5 creeps in there, and it hits the hero.
Look at where Yol's standing. He goes with a battery assault very early on. This TB trapped in the cogs as well with the Iron Shells over onto him. He's taking a lot of burn damage here, but in comes the Abaddon, Necrotic Shield, TB still dying.
So
the double Iron Shell just shreds him, and Shachlo with Yol. Again, another great aggressive play. Even with the TP rotation in of Afterlife, they don't manage to save the Terrorblader. Now, this opens up mid lane. G is in a spot of bother if he moves any further forward.
That aphotic shield turned into a disco ball. It was like lighting up like crazy from the Iron Shell. I don't think they're gonna get him mid though. It's all on this catapult. Bait her in, catapult. You're the true hero.
Go,
Of course,
Carty.
she must know he's there, just from that ward, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're seeing Roger come in. But Ursa has been left alone top lane. Phase boots, enough for Morbid Mask, as well as his PMS. Sidoi has had an entirely free lane, as well as a kill and an assist. This has been like the perfect game for the Ursa Warriors. Yeah, they found
Roger
Scandal.
had the TP from there to there and still couldn't save him. That's depressing. They spot the rotation of the disruptor. They're like, he's here, and then he's just gone. They're like, okay, let's go. And they see him move out of there, so they immediately run mid, knowing that backup wouldn't be there. So very good timing from Vega.
Afterlife is getting his waves cut bot lane though. A little bit troublesome. He's able to CS decently onto this tier 1 anyway, but in comes the Darkseer with level 6 up. No point spent yet. Afterlife, he could still pick up his borrowed time if he really needs to. This Yol Clockwork has been everywhere though, Trent. Look at him now. He's found Sioma. He's found a solo kill in the enemy jungle.
Oh. That's pretty much the dream. I don't know, this hero's been on the cusp of support for a while. I feel like with the Crystal Maiden, it's like the easiest thing ever. It like just immediately he's like a god tier position for support. It's a little tougher in this scenario though, but you'll definitely getting done. And now he's gonna have those raindrops. So this is your poor man's Crystal Maiden. Get these things on top of you, a little bit more mana regen, better roaming potential, and of course he already has his Tranquils, as they will finally get Shoshlo though, and that's got to be disappointing, as he was able to finally take borrowed time and win that engagement.
Yeah, the TB comes in with Metamorphosis as well. Took them a long time, but they do shift some attention to the bottom tier 1. I need to get some damage done to it though, take that tower completely, because we're looking at what, TB 9 minutes in, yet to finish his treads, never mind looking to the Dragon Lance that he'd want soon. I even opted to go for that Iron Talon as G TPing out of mid lane. Looks like the Glimpse was already expended. G with a quick, intelligent play to TP out of there as Silent scouts out Sudoi in the Roach Pit. Everything's coming up Vega for this little period of time, but I don't think they can actually...
19 stacks, 20 stacks, yeah, this is easy, Roach.
Yeah, they can't contest it. They know it's happening, but they just take the tier 1 bot lane instead.
Still a pretty favorable trade, I'd say, for Effect, just getting that Roche. Now they can get aggressive. I feel like they have the better chance of taking the enemy tier 1 safe lane first. I don't think the supporting cast is quite farmed enough on the Radiant to actually be able to do anything, whereas we're going to have level 6 in just a moment here on Yol. So they should be able to smoke up, go inside that Radiant jungle, try and find a pick, and try and make use of this Aegis. And the Blink Dagger is the next big thing for Sudoi, so he just wants to farm this up as fast as possible. He did stop by for that Morbid Mask.
Look at that, Yol. Like he just said, hits his level 6, he's now got the medallion. Top lane, I don't think...
Wow, that's actually crazy.
He's got so much money. Like Yol, what's his kill score? He's like 3-1-1 on a roaming clockwork. It's been perfect until now when the hookshot is wildly off the mark of Silent, but it does allow the rest of the team to come in. The cask is good, bouncing back between the 3 of them. The Scandal's already popped the Exorcism and looking for this tier 1. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the wraparound is coming in from Shoma the Slayer. G right behind him. The surge from Shoshlo has just been used to get him a little bit further away from the lane, but now you are absolutely right. He is in danger of dying with the torrent connecting. And G skewering with that Laguna Blade. They kill off the Darks here.
Alright, so they do get an objective win though on the Dire, as they did knock down a tower, so with the support to boot, pretty even, I would say, despite losing a core, but not exactly ideal. Shoshlo, with no rotations up top, he tried to go there as fast as possible, but that just comes from the long range of a Kunkka who has decent levels. Looks like he'll get a little bit of time in the jungle or something, or like just leeching from somebody, and he's going to do it again here from these Ancients.
I think one of the things here to really take note of is that both of these teams have very kind of similar goals and gains and peaks in their strengths in terms of draft versus draft.
Yeah.
So if Vega managed to win a team fight, you know, now that Ursa's trying to build into Blink, he's nearly got it. With the Aegis fight, if they can just dodge the fight, wait until Aegis is gone, and then win a fight, they put themselves in such a great position as TP Sunders Shoma just to farm the jungle ancient camp a little bit more efficiently. Fair enough.
That's the cost of leeching all this experience. I think that's fair.
Yeah, what are you going to use that HP for anyway? Never.
So that puts him to level 6. They've done a great job, I would guess, using the tomes as well as leeching experience, because these supports were pretty far behind him. I was just talking about how it was going to be difficult for them to rotate up top because of the lower levels on them, but they fully caught up. I mean, Silent's level 7. He's just over here casking some satyrs.
And they found Terrorblade in the jungle. Somehow Yol still found the hookshot, even though he'd used battery salt and cogs and it looked like the TB was safe. With Rocket Flare, Glimpse, and the hookshot thrown in there from Yol's clockwork.
Yeah, that is not the dodge fight, as you were just saying.
Yeah.
Now the blink is up. The Aegis will be expiring in 2 minutes, so he could try and quickly get something done, but more than likely he'll just like face tank mid, I would guess, while his team's bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And TP's out from bottom lane.
Oh, they're gonna wrap and try and help him mid, but there's no hook shot.
Sudoi does still have Blink Aegis though. Very, very scary if he's able to jump onto anyone and just latch onto that target. As you see Yol with Shoshlo now moving in from the east. They are very close. The Rocket Flare's still not going to see him. I think they've got an idea that he's there, but Sudoi's jumped in with a kinetic field onto the TV, pushes back with the cogs. The torrent's good. The cast not going to be able to save the real you, but this Terrorblade, he's very quick on his feet with the X mark dragging back someone there. Sudoi blinks forward and finishes off the Terrorblade. In the meantime, G only gets Yol in exchange 4 roll for 1 roll, well worth it there for effect, especially when Scandal has used Exorcism to push a tower and now moves in towards the mid lane.
That was the Sunder hurting him, wasn't it? The Ancient Sunder, because he didn't have it up.
Yeah.
Because of that little play with the Kunkka. Oops. Might have been able to survive there. Kind of looked like he was going to, but they're about to lose his Aegis, so the Shrine really isn't going to matter unless Sidoi really wants to go in the next like 45 seconds. You have to hurry. They do have a smoke. They're going to go for it.
Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Let's use this Aegis.
Get close.
Get Ursa into the middle of the fight. They've got Vacuum Wall, Static Storm, Kinetic Field. They have all of these big combo items except for Yol.
Seconds.
Yol is top. Yol is not with them. There is no clockwork, no hook shot. And look at that silent cancel, the blink from the trees. G still going to die though with the Dragon Slave. And LSA, hook shot forward. Yol has arrived. He looks at the cogs. Zoning out, Show me the Slayer. The blink forward again from Sidoi. Aegis still up. There's the boat run. Not taking too much effect though, as effect will glimpse back another one. Silent is silenced. Dragged into the kinetic field and Sidoi is waiting. Arms open, bear ready. Aegis about to expire, but this has been timed to perfection by Team Effect. As long as Sidoi.
Oh my god. It was actually at 0 seconds. Legitimately 0. I can't believe that even got off.
Top tower is under attack.
Well.
I actually thought he was supposed to die there and get it. Well, I guess tower wouldn't cancel it now, so he would have been fine, right? With the because towers don't cancel salves or Aegis
Yeah, he
regen.
still regen up.
That's so funny though. I didn't even think he was gonna get the Aegis proc, but good.
That was very tight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
TB retreats from bot lane after split pushing a little bit. But again, we look at him 15 minutes in on the Terrorblade. Dragonlance is still 250 gold away. This is a good, 3 minutes late, maybe even a bit more, just the fact of how much pressure he's been under.
Dire's middle tower
Scandal even gets the mid-tier 1 deny.
Dire's bottom
Salt in the
tower is
wound.
under attack.
Now Yoel's sitting here, he's like, man, come on, I need another Ion Shell, I need some friends, I have this medallion, like, let's go, guys. Let's fight, what are we waiting on here? And Sidoi's kind of trying to help him out here, but they're a little bit too far spread, and now he needs to back away and farm tier 2 mid, and now there's vision all through where they're moving, so potential smoke attempt here from the Radiant, but likewise, vision right here. Dire's getting all of the Radiant. Everyone but TB, and they know he's up top.
Oh, under the smoke. Smoke under the ward as well.
That's a painful. And look, they have the sentry too, but the observer was just placed. That's that false security. You don't have that hero. Oh, nice.
Ursa was on the high ground. Imagine if they caught the Ursa and...
What if it was a cask instead?
Yeah.
Is under attack.
Just like a total fluke.
Bouncing away into the fog. The magical coconut.
Money to burn.
That would have been amazing for them. But they get 1 kill, regardless. Smoke didn't amount to an amazing pick-off there. But G is closing in on the Bloodstone. Not really that far away as he already has the arcane boost to disassemble for that energy booster. It's all about buying time now as Silent forces the hook shot onto himself. Okay. I mean, that's okay for a Witch Doctor. Pushes out a lane, drops his Death Ward. Doesn't quite save up enough to buy the drums though.
And that's going to put Yoel at Solar Crest now.
Big item.
DP is going to be very difficult to deal with. They need to commit like all of Lena's spells to her.
All of them.
Every single one.
Every single.
We still have Vacuum Disruptor, which has been slaying it lately. I saw a few games this morning. A couple 5-man wombo combos.
Still have the chance
Major.
that TB accidentally sunders the DP after she's been blown up by Lena's spells. Need some kind of backup for that.
Dire's structures are falling.
Oh, top lane, Roger lurking here, looking for a glimpse play. Yeah, this could be a dead TB.
They even bring in Shadowflow and a TP behind them. The DP is joined, and the Static Storm will likely secure the death of the Terrorblade here, and it will do so. Yol is looking to go a little bit further in. Hook shot still 7 seconds off. Cooldown, so the Laguna Blade from G trying to pepper into Yol. They finish him off. The Soul Crest not working off too well from their Scandal. Tries to slow down G, but it's Sidoi that runs forward, blinks aggressively. Does get the killing blow as another glimpse comes through. Afterlife shields himself up, but he's been chased down by Shadowflow right back into the trees. Afterlife, he's got borrowed time and a TP scroll. There's a vacuum up in 2 seconds time. Afterlife just keeps on running. He somehow found a way all the way through these trees to get himself out almost. He just needs to teleport. The vacuum's been used, but there's a Yule Scepter being held by Scandal, just waiting for that. Sidoi gets the kill on Silent all the way at the back as well.
That was a depressing fight. I mean, I think Lena made the right play, dumping everything on Clockwork because the spells hadn't been used yet. Like, I don't think nuking Scandal. It's possible he doesn't even die, whereas you get the guarantee on the Clockwork, and maybe that's enough to win you that fight. But the fight had pretty much fallen apart the moment they lost TB there. So great prepping and setup from Effect. The baiters basically got baited in a sense there. They're trying to like throw out this Terrorblade, but he just immediately dies.
Jebaited.
The re-jebaited. And now we're gonna have Roche back up in a moment.
The jebaitening. That's what's going on. Roshan, oh, I don't know if that's going to get scouted out. 5 seconds left on the TB illusion. It looks like it'll die before the big man returns. TB needs to send another one in there just to keep eyes inside the pit, because giving another Aegis to effect when they have a basher on Ursa now, that'll be massively detrimental to Vega's game plan of trying to group up at all to bring down towers of their own. This tier 1 mid though is being defended very, very heavily by Vega. Afterlife up in the front. Tier 1 got 2 people behind it as well, with Shoma as well as Silent, ready to go in at a moment's notice.
On his way, but I think he's gonna get spotted here, and yeah, he is. He's trying to get a high ground position here, and they could pick off this clock potentially, but little they know the bears.
They've seen G. He has no Yules and no Shadow Blade. Instantly dead with his Bloodstone. The only thing to try and keep him alive through it all, and with G gone, he's dead for another 15 seconds. Shachlo just runs on in. They glimpse Afterlife back into the kinetic field, and look at this, 5 heroes surround the Abandon. He's going to try and sprint himself away because there's Witch Doctor in the back that's found by Sedoy. Afterlife, borrow time, still at the ready, forced to pop it now. And what does he do? Miscoil and shield, try and keep on sprinting because DP has Exorcism running in the back. Shoma, he's being focused down here by the Death Prophet. Scandal finds him. Punka's dead, and Afterlife slowly but surely being peppered away. Sedoy with a godlike streak takes another double kill.
He's back in here. I mean, he hasn't used the deny yet, but still.
Oh, in the meantime, TB tried to push top. He went for the split push under the tier 3, but he'll be found by a glimpse as well as a hook shot into Static Storm. So the fight mid now kicks off a little bit more as G is hiding inside some invis.
Not bad, but not enough to save anything. Oh, so G now dies 3 times. With his, or no, sorry, just twice. With his Bloodstone, but doesn't get the deny off either time, loses the charges, and this thing he just purchases just down to 5 instantaneously. 8 to 22, Aegis hopping onto effect. In fact, don't even want it. They just want another free kill.
I mean, if Silent is going to walk there and gift you another kill, why the hell not? Sedoy will have to go back in with applying the charges of Fury Swipes as Punka. He X-marked himself to get Torrent into the pit. This maybe has slowed them down enough for Vega to get in here and contest. Silent moving forward there to feed. Maybe it's given them an opportunity to fight. G, Invis, glimpse back. Oh, dearie me. The Torrent will land, but the boat comes in. G's still alive, surprisingly enough. They try and drag him back, but Afterlife not able to keep his Lena alive. And now his chances of survival look pretty bleak as well. Borrow time again. Ready for this battle, but Shoma's trapped in the cogs. The defensive Torrent will only extend the inevitable Scandal. He's cleaning up with the help of Yol. Afterlife, again through the trees, finds himself the same juke spot which he retreated with last time. But the hookshot from Yol's perfect. Clips back, given the vision, and Afterlife is trapped once more. The Yule Scepter sends him up with a burn time wasted. The kinetic field locks him in for the death. The killing blow. Yol currently sitting, what? 6, 3, and 9 on his 4-roll Clockwork, has had an exceptionally good game. While Sedoy is nearly dying to Roshan, actually.
This is something we saw SG eSports doing a lot too. It's the very first game that I cast in the major. They had this position for Clockwork, right? It destroyed, like, it played so well. They beat OG. And then they just banned out the Clockwork first phase, and then everyone just started doing it. They're just banning this poor guy first phase every single game. It's a little depressing, but obviously it worked out very well for them. And Yol absolutely owning this game, and I get why you take that fight as Vega, right? You can feel the game slipping away. You really want to get some Bloodstone charges. You're like, look, they don't have DP ulti. We can totally fight this, but your TV's not there. He also didn't even have meta at that point, so he couldn't have like really joined or done much anyway. There was only, I think, 2 heroes nearby for the Radiant. It was just weird desperation stuff. I mean, that might as well be 2 Gs at this point.
Savage Trent. Absolutely savage.
Got him.
Got him.
Ah,
got him.
Caster, the BM. So
Got
rude to the
him.
players. It's a tough game for them. So, obviously, game 1, Vega looked extremely strong. It didn't even look close. So this time, Effect bouncing back. Not nearly as a decisive of a margin here. And honestly, the game, it's really not over. Like, it's only a 7K lead, 22 minutes. We've definitely seen this come back before, but it's going to be difficult to facilitate it because the best thing you have is Kunkka, but you don't have a Dark Soup. So it's going to come from a positioning error from the Dire rather than some insane vacuum or something, you know?
At least they do have Shadowblade on Lina now at the very, very least. G can try and move himself around and find some pickoffs, or at least within team fights have the kind of micro maneuverability. As long as his opponents don't carry any detection. The classic 23-minute drums there with brown boots for Silence Witch Doctor. He gets level 10, plus 25 experience gain. Very good, very good.
Always feels good on support, man. Dude, Venno, dude, that guy's a hero. I guess I haven't played the Tusk one yet with the 40%. I'm sure that's insane. Even Venno with 30% feels crazy when I play that hero. Get like more levels than my mid. With that Shadowblade, G is shadowing Shoshlo, but not gonna find him before he TP's out.
I kind of feel that Vega do outscale Effect. If this game goes like 50-60 minutes, if they can drag it out that long. Like TB Lina are scary beasts.
Yeah, especially and Ursa of course ends up getting these kiting scenarios. They're both in a way ranged damage dealers on the Lina and the TB, so he could run into some big problems after 4 staffs. So I would agree. It's gonna be a difficult place to get to though.
It really is. I mean, they're on your tier 2s with Exorcism still up for a fair chunk of time. Don't know if Effect will try high ground here. It still is very risky, especially the position that Vega have put themselves in now is shoving bot tier 2. You know, they're trading evenly at this current moment in time, but the TP's into Shrine. Yol looking for the backstab. He'll miss the hook shot though, right in between threads. The eye of the needle between Afterlife as well as the real you. TP's out and escapes. Shoma might not be so lucky though. Found in the southeast side, while Afterlife goes into the same place the Terrorblade was and retreats himself. Wow. Near the Shrine, Sadoi surged up with the Iron Shell. Sprinting forward, looking for someone to kill.
Gets the bash. Pops the ulti and runs though. Probably the right choice. I mean, they've done a great job in training right now for the rating side here. Vega, again, as you said, they got that tier 2 bottom. Look where G was. Now he peppers down a tier 3, and they just opened up shrines. I mean, they took down a tier 3 before Effect.
Yeah, well, this is the kind of split push, the experience of Vega to realize that the position they're in just isn't really, you know, acceptable for how they've been playing. Switching things up a little bit. Forcing Effect to be the ones to come back and defend their base. Sadoi, though, toying with the TB, but yeah, realizes that he might need to pop his BKB next time if he really wants to commit for that.
Oh, the vacuum top caught G TPing out. Might be able to track him down here with help. Do we have any detection? Team. Clock's coming with the gem. You guys ready for this play? Yo, Yol, do it. Be a god. Be the god I know you to be. The TP was cancelled, man. Go for that side shot.
Like 26 minutes in, 4 staff, Solar Crest, and Gem. It feels like an offlane clockwork, and he initiates straight onto this TV. No mana for Sunder. Hurricane Pike back into the cogs. That's pretty sad. Maybe if he'd gone for the southern route, he would have been able to get a bit more distance on them.
The blink chase, I'm sure it still would have resulted in his death. And they actually have found G again, but once again.
G's just Shadowbladed, walks straight through Shoshlo. It's like, yeah, I don't really care.
Gold for my chest.
Bot lane, though.
It feels close to the Radiant. I can, you know what I mean?
It's this tentative, kind of weird moment where you are the ones taking tier 3s and kind of split pushing and playing effectively, but Effect has the brute force. They've got this Ursa to just, like, literally go in.
This BKB for Lina could be...
Maybe if they kill Scandal, but no, a good Yule Scepter follows through with the Ursa jumping in, the Shadowblade's down, and now Death Ward dropped. Silence comes out onto the Witch Doctor at long last, but that could have been Scandal's death so quickly. With the torrent now into LSA, Laguna plays ready, and they've killed him off. Even with the Clinic there from Roger, they find the kill on the DP. But now the fight continues. Afterlife over towards the top end of the map. Chased down with no borrowed time. He's got stick charges, but the torrent is there. Back onto the Disruptor. Perfectly placed onto Roger. Down he goes with Yol finding the kill over on the Abaddon. Magical stuff on 2 different fronts, but Ursa got to be the big loser of that fight. Finds a tier 3, DP drops next to him, and he just has to run.
All with Aegis, and it's about to expire. 16 more seconds here. Okay. Vega, I see you. Almost up in that BKB for G. This will give him that split push element where he can just, like, as long as the hook shot gets used, he could just BKB TP. But of course, there is an Ursa, so we'll just have to consider that. But unlikely he's going to be split pushing where the Ursa is. So basically, his main goal is to stay away from Sidoi.
Look, there's the Aegis gone.
Yeah. No real gain.
I mean, they got a tier 3. Shrines are open now, but equally, Terrorblade can start sending illusions to the one shrine remaining for the Dire team. You know, they lost one, their northern one. Maybe if they lose their southern one to TB illusions, things start to get a little scarier, a little darker on the map.
Some good support items as well with the Ghost Scepter up on Silent. Then he'll have his own Force Staff, and he's going to be a very big nuisance from the deal with from the Dire. So probably a little bit of a ticking clock here for a fact. And I mean, we talked about how getting later, this whole idea of just the Force Staffs against Ursa is going to be very problematic for him. And we are inching towards that, but nice freehand torrent there will catch Scandal to slow down this progression of the ulti here.
Yes, Silent
exercising the base time.
Silent has gone from being very poor to being reasonably farmed, but here comes a big fight as they zap down Scandal, but he's not there just yet. A couple more hits come through. The Yule Scepter keeps Scandal out of the fight for a little bit longer, but he's dead now to the LSA. G finds the pickoff, and Static Storm not going to do a hell of a lot. Sidoi is the only one trapped in it, but it's from his own teammates. In fact, they have screwed up their team fight, and it is time to run away. But Sioma, the torrent thrown out, not going to catch onto anyone.
There was no believing. Roger did not believe. Shashla went in, and Roger was not feeling it. And it was a beautiful 3-man vacuum into the wall, and Roger was just like, well, I really wish I believed you. He slowly starts walking, and then he just realizes, yeah, I can't even get the Static Storm connect field up. I'm so sorry. I just lost this team fight.
Maybe this swings the game far enough, because G, he is hunting, looking for the poach onto Darkseer. The LSA, the blink away. The Shachlo Darkseer going to get away. Waited too long.
That must have been, I guess, Roger seeing the Witch Doctor tip him off there, I think.
Well, Afterlife in the cogs. Borrowed time is used, but Yol evades out from the torrent, jumping forward, looking to go in onto someone else, maybe a squishier target. But Vega have disassembled this initiation. They're just looking to TP out and regroup somewhere else. I think maybe only one gets caught here, and even Silent is hiding away in the trees. No one's going to die, except perhaps the Terrorblade. He's far away from his team. He's cut off, and they are circling around him, but the Sharks give up. No longer a valid target. The Terrorblade, he's put himself in a position to maybe get a kill now as Roger was wandering into his open arms.
What surge is this?
Tick-tock effect, tick-tock. 4,400 gold lead. It's slowly diminishing. Boots of travel on the Lina Terrorblade, the hero with the illusions. It's all coming together now. Sweaty palms on that bear, I would be guessing right about now.
Yeah, it starts to get spooky. I mean, Scandal went for Yules into Octarine. He skipped any kind of intermediate items, you know, your Shivers Guard or even just Plate Mail or a Vitality Booster. Didn't go in for those, didn't go for the Veil either as a primary. So he's kind of weak on stats. Got decent HP, decent mana, but pretty low on the armor, low on the strength. He's going to buy the Shivers Guard next, though. Look at this. They are very aggressively positioned. In fact, they want to move in onto this mid lane of Rax. You can just feel it. They want to get a pick off first. Silent's the only one that's showing to any of the observables down to the Dire. That's the one they're going to go for. Hookshot in. Afterlife is here with a miscoil and maybe a shield to throw onto Silent, but he's already dead. Dead, died, dude. He's dead, dude.
Nice grab there. That was blind, too. I'm not crazy, right? Unless there was a flare that flew over, but he was using this ward, so he might have just flared here, and I just didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, they saw him walk over there, so it was relatively simple.
Still good, though. And unfortunately, it is just a Witch Doctor. And oh, look, guys. Oh, where is he? Oh, he's minus 40-second respawn time.
Oh, is Witch Doctor alive again? Wow!
Dude, he's a death time of 12 seconds.
Wow. And in the meantime, they're all pushing Toll, the bot lane, the Glimpse back. What happened there? Was it BKB from G? BKB'd and got X'd, I guess.
Didn't need to BKB, right?
I didn't see if he
just X'd him after.
So they just X'd him, and then he BKB'd? Yeah. No, okay. So
yeah, BKB'd anyway.
A misuse there by G, but it's one of those panic moments where you're not 100% sure if your teammate's on the same page.
I also didn't see, like, maybe he was already TPing or something, and then it was like a X after or something. I'm not sure. But. Bottom lane.
Yeah, I'm watching this, but I'm not sure what to make of it. This the weird X mark into X mark. Sioma. You can't glimpse out of here. You can't TP out of here. The glimpse from Roger will make sure of that. A weird battle.
That was a pretty bold TP, but couldn't see the guys coming, I guess, so. Top lane, I mean, it's space created, right? TP's still going. He's got his Manta. He's working towards a Scotty. Stats. Illusions get harder and harder to deal with. Lena's got a somewhat respectable 5 Bloodstone charges now. Getting up there, guys. Courtesy of DP, I believe, was that one, but now it will be an MKB on 2-hour Ursa. So a little bit of a preemptive measure here for a TB, as well as the Solar Crest, of course. Being extremely obnoxious.
Solar Crest is so annoying.
It really is. It's fun to build. Terrible to play against, though.
Evasion is overpowered. I want Ice Frog to remove all evasion from the game. Thank you.
Someday we'll get the evasion ancients, right? Weren't those a thing in Dota 1 that still aren't back yet?
Please no. I hate those so much.
Got light. Oh, hookshot gonna hit though.
The BKB TP's here from G.
Where's my bear?
Oh dear. That's fine. Trading hookshot for BKB is like equal trade.
Yep. Yeah, again, Sioma just kind of scouting the Roche pit here, throwing out some torrents. Oh, look who it is! It's the bear. Got him.
Sadoy in the pit. I'm actually getting circled in on.
It's Shetta this time too, so don't want to lose this one. There's a Gouda. It's probably a Gouda. It's a quality cheese, Valve. They put in the effort.
Yeah, it's tasty. Maybe it's an Edam cheese.
Oh yeah, that's some good stuff.
Roshan's still gonna die with Aegis and cheese going.
They took their time. That was close.
Silent, yeah, was in there with a cask and the Death Ward. Scandal has to use himself up. Silent's done a lot of damage here. Scandal turns back with the Spirit Siphon with his Death Prophet. Dropping low in the meantime, they're losing a Rax up at top. Their range Rax, it's gonna fall. The TP Illusions, oh, nice cogs. Yol keeps it alive, barely 29 HP. The real you, he kind of wants to send more illusions in, but he has to be careful not to like block himself or reveal himself from this position. But yeah, he's got 3 illusions. The glyph is unusually forced there. That's got to be a misclick, right? Well, they glyphed for the mid tier 2, but now they're just going to lose their range Rax top lane. Yol's getting in with a battery assault, but is dead. It's gone. Bot lane.
Stand right here.
G wants to kill Shashlo. He's got a few hits in. Forces. Yep, he's dead. He's gone. 70 seconds. He does have buyback, but that's a perfect pick off.
Oh, I'm guessing that was Disruptor saying, "I think they're shadow blading on me." So he scanned like, "Oh no, I guess they're not." So that's where they were. Maybe just felt safe underneath that sentry. Well. The first Rax be taken here, and that net worth lead again diminishing here to 4K, despite just taking Roche. They did get the kill, right? I didn't miss a snatch or anything? Yeah, they did actually get the finish. Silent almost made the sick plays.
I mean, did Silent have 2 open? No, he didn't. I was wondering if he, like, maybe would have taken both Aegis and Cheese and killed Roshan. Just imagine that. Support Witch Doctor just sliding into the pit, stealing everything, casking, and then killing.
Would be the dream. Now finally Kunkka will have his Solar Crest. Jason's been on the back train to the gold here, not really giving too much, but I suppose that's because Silence been getting all these nice items. Drum, Sport, Scepter, Scepter. This little pick off there.
Kill on Yol. The trouble is Sadoy has run into this battle and he's being Death Warded down with the Maldic ticked over onto him. The Glimmer Cape, I don't think that's going to save you. Aegis likely to go down here with the real you. TB, BKB has been expended, but Scandal! Oh, where the fuck did he go? The Death Prophet just immediately died! The double damage Terrorblade! Oh my god, that was ridiculous!
Oh, he only hits for 500.
What? The Death Prophet got 3 hit down, and now you've got a Laguna Blade in the back killing off Roger. The buyback from the Death Prophet trying to get into the fight, but the real you is on your front doorstep, so Doi blinks in, but look at him go! The BKB enraged the vacuum wall, they drop now. Vega have to retreat a little bit at the very least, but they want to turn and fight Scandal. There's the Sunder back onto the Death Prophet, a few more hits, but the cheese is there. Keeps the Death Prophet alive. Terrorblade out of Metamorphosis now. Effect, though. You talked about sweaty palms earlier. I don't know what else is sweating, but my god, they are close to losing this game.
This is... Wasn't it? Weren't we just discussing Terrorblade the other day? How, like, the hero feels like it's not that good or something, but then this game happens and he just wins and you're like, huh. I don't know. He's a weird dude. Like... Even if you're losing, like, there's two ways to play Terrorblade, where you're winning, and so you just win the game because you have a Terrorblade, so you just destroy all their objectives because you had a lead because your other lanes just won, you didn't even have to do anything. Or there's the other way, which is like the way TNC were always playing with Raven, where you just sack the shit out of your team. It's like this awful early game, and then he just farms with his Iron Talon. He gets so big that at this point in the game, one fight, it's just like Troll Warlord. It's like Tiny back in his heyday. You get buildings, you get objectives, it's great. And that is definitely this game.
Here comes an attempted push by Effect to try and secure any semblance of structural damage they can. But as they reach the enemy base, Vega are already in theirs. The hook shot won't quite be on the mark, and the TB illusions have started filtering in as well. They got dewarded mid at the same time. The observable they placed comes to nothing.
I think Effect should have won this game, though. I think if they got that combo mid, that full set of racks would have been gone. Yeah. And that would have put it would be a very, very different game had that happened. But just one mistake like that, one slight miscommunication with your team, or maybe just a lack of farm on the Disruptor because he doesn't have any sort of mobility item that could have helped him. All of that just adding up to put you in this situation now. I mean, this is a team that got 3 Aegises. And still, like, now you're in trouble. 6k lead for Radiant. Now you're the ones who look as good as done.
Hello, hook shot. Y'all trying here, but the good stance from G. The Orchid is there. Lotus Orb down, but the Cogs trap G in. Even through the BKB, the Ursa is able to rip apart this Lina, but the vacuum wall will be the ones to try and secure the battle. As Sioma, it looks like he'll be the only casualty here. Losing your Kunkka as all of these big teamfight abilities have been expended. What does Effect have left? They have Static Storm and that's it. They have nothing for the next teamfight. Nothing.
It's like, where's Roger? And he's like, down here. That's right, I'm coming, guys. No, I'll glimpse one of them back. Totally. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, the real you finds himself a very low Sidoi. Low mana, can't really do too much.
The real me? Meanwhile, Afterlife is running straight into Scandal. The borrow time has popped. Your Scepter's good, though. The trouble is, Exorcism has been used and drained back. Scandal invis under the Glimmer Cape uses another Spirit Siphon. Afterlife is glimpsed away though, and Scandal trapped with G right in front of him, and that Bloodthorn,
that's a Bloodthorn
did an insane amount of damage. In the meantime, Yol has died to silent with Sidoi chasing forward, trying to sprint after the real you. He does have a Sunder, but the bash is there. Lotus Orb bounces the cast for the real you. He's going to wait for the Lotus to expire, but he can't quite do it. G has arrived though and cleans up the mess that has been made by this Terrorblade. Shachlo, yep, X into Torrent. See ya, buddy. Light Strike Array is all they need to secure this. A few clicks from G gives him a triple. A godlike Spreak for Yelena. My goodness, this game has turned so quickly.
That was a lot of effort to kill TB. This is a first pick TB with arguably 2 core counters, the Darkseer and the Ursa. And he's owning. Very impressive stuff. It's not even just the hero, I don't think, at this point. Like, there was such crazy good split push from the real you this game. He found these moments where these buildings were just unguarded, and he took down all these tier 2s and stuff. And if you don't do that, these situations didn't start happening, right? That tier 3 top first from G. Like, he's been the finisher. He seems to clean up the buildings, but a lot of it was done by TB in the game.
He did it so quietly as well, you know, everything from Effect was noisy, trying to jump in, great disengage. Oh god, yeah, Yol's dead. I think this might just be it, you know, Trent. They're chasing into the base looking for the teddy bear now. It's no picnic for him, Sidoi.
So good, dude.
Oh.
That was a sick 4-staff. Like, that was so instantaneous, and he just got G outside of that Static Storm.
Storm field the drop, and there's like 4-staff straight away. Right on there. GG's called. That's it. Effect tap out. And I agree, I think this game should have been theirs, but the kind of sneaky slow play out from Terrorblade whenever Effect was doing Roshan or pushing or playing aggressively, there was always some kind of split push from G or from the real you on that Terrorblade.
Just very good map awareness and kind of that vision of what your enemies are doing even when you don't have it. There was decent warding vision, of course, from the Kunkka, largely as Silent was taking up all that gold for his itemization and stuff, but for the most part, it looked like he was just kind of feeling out the map and using that invis vision of Lina, too. I mean, there was a lot of time G was just kind of running around, But those were moments that were being provided to the Terrorblade.
Look at that, 18-1-2 on the Ursa Warrior. Getting 3 Roshans and still losing, it feels awful.
Oh my god.
The TB is 3-9-8, but wins through superior strategy and, thinking and power of will. The brute force of
Dota.
Effect. It didn't come to fruition. Yeah, exactly. Like, the 5-man from Effect looks very, very good, but like you pointed out a couple of times, that team fight mid where they weren't quite on the same page to land the full wombo.
That would have been it, for sure.
Allowed the game to drag on for an extra, 15 minutes or so. But that's it. Vega, they win the best of 3, the only series of the day today, unfortunately. But we are back tomorrow on the 10th with actually the winner bracket final. NIP against Prodota is going to be happening at 2 p.m. CEST tomorrow. And I believe I'm still casting with Lyrical. He had some things to do in real life today, so I brought Trent back on. The lovely Trent, always ready to join in, get some Dota cast. Do you have any? Do you have any last words? Last words before I kill you? Before I end you,
I'm looking forward to, to that series tomorrow, because that's 2 teams no one was expecting to be the upper bracket final.
Yeah, that's good. It's good stuff. So Empire against them. Vega should be a good one. But then who do you think is going to win between NIP and PD tomorrow? Do you think it's just going to be a NIP easy win, easy victory in the best of